Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, I'm fine.
Hi.
How
Hi. I'm gonna have to put another rule on the first slide on the first day, that if people does not want to be on camera because they don't look good, to put some makeups and fix the hair.
Yeah, hands are not allowed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm giving too much break for this class.
It is too much what?
Too much break.
Oh.
Rules are rules. You have to be on camera. If you don't look good, then put some makeup.
Okay. Give me time.
Yeah, give me time. Yeah, put the mirror in front of the computer so we can see how you do it. Maybe I'll learn something. Rafael, you were the first one, so you got an extra point today.
What?
Yeah, I can't believe you beat Guilherme today. You were the first one. And Vyacheslav was the second. No, Claudia was the second.
Exactly.
Gloria,
Claudia
Yes.
was the second one.
I think I was the last one.
Nope. Gabriela is still not here.
Oh,
Do you guys?
Someone sent a message that is saying
Joseph. Joseph is
Joseph.
messing.
my son
Joseph.
isn't working well.
Who sent the message?
Joseph.
Joseph.
What message?
In the chat.
Okay, all right. Let me see. My sound isn't working well.
Yeah.
But can you hear me, Joseph? When he says sound, does that mean the microphone, the speaker, or both?
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
You need to explain.
Joseph, if you don't hear anything, it's going to be tough for you to learn something tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Send him a message. Let's see if he reads the message.
Are we going to do chapter 13?
Well, before 12?
Oh, we did 12, no? You are confusing me.
No, I'm not. You are confused. We still didn't finish 11. And you want to go to 13?
11?
Yes. That's where we stopped yesterday, chapter 11.
Yesterday. Oh, I got you. Remedies of the, okay.
All right, so let's start it. Share the screen first. Will be better.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right. So we end the class yesterday talking about the three types of listings. So we complete all the explanation. The only thing that I wanted to point it out is that open listings, and we all know what open listing is that it means that nobody has the listing. Which means that you cannot place the listing on the MLS because you don't have the listing. So you cannot put on the MLS. The other two, yes, you can put on the MLS. And I'm pointing that out because there might be some question that will say, which listing can you put on the MLS?
Okay, what it means MLS?
MLS is the multiple listing services where all the listings of all the properties for sale or for rent are listed.
Okay.
That's
Thank
the
you.
MLS. Well, I took a pilot course once, and we had to do an install, power on install and power off install. And he explains me that if you don't fix the install, we're gonna get into a spin. But he could not do it in spin because the insurance doesn't allow it. And then he told me one day, Arlindo, there's no insurance people here. There's no one here. Do you want to do an install, a spin? I said, yes, why not? Because if you don't see, you don't know what it is. So then we did it in spin. Spin é parafuso com avião. So why did I say that? Because Claudia asked me what is the MLS. And I tell you what the MLS is, doesn't mean anything if you don't see it. Right?
Right.
So then I'm going to show it. So let's see it. First, I'm going to log in into my portal. When you guys get your license and then you join a brokerage and you pay your annual fee for the association, you will be able to log in on something like this. And we use Matrix to access the MLS, the multiple listing system. So you see my screen, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so you see his search. Can you see the search?
Okay.
Too far, right? Let's see
Yes.
if we can close it up. All right, you see search?
Okay.
All right. From this search button, I can search for single family condos. I can search for residential income, residential rental, which is the most common that all the agents use it. So I'm gonna go to single family, okay? And here I will search for properties. I don't know the address, but I know that I wanted something between 250 to 350 or 300 just to make it less. And I want it to be a single family. This area is not gonna be too much. Let me see, 300 to 350. And I wanted this on 33179. Now you see here, it shows at the bottom, you see my mouse? No, you don't see my mouse. But you see on the bottom that says 5 results. Let me
Yes.
read.
We can see your mouse.
Yeah, 5 matches, you can see it.
Oh, you can see the mouse moving?
Yes.
Nice. So you see 5 matches?
Yes.
So I'm going to click on the 5 match results. And then show me all the properties that match my criteria. Okay? Now, why are those properties here? Because the listing agent included those properties on the MLS. If I have an open listing, I don't have a listing because it's open. It's to everybody, which means that I cannot put it here. I cannot put on the MLS. That's what I said. You can't put on the MLS. If you have an exclusive agent, you do have a listing, but you're competing with the owner, but you do have the listing. That gives you the rights to put the listing on the MLS. And if you have exclusive right of sale, you also have the listing and you can put it on the MLS. Claudia, now you know what it is? Good. Let's go back here. Now we're going to talk about net listings. And I'm going to tell you one thing 10 times and you're going to forget. Remember they already did that before? And you forgot? I'm going to say it again, okay? Let me create a box here. I'm going to tell what net listing is. It's not very smart to get a net listing because it could be danger. let me tell you what it is. Net listing is when the seller comes to you and say, look, I'm gonna give you the listing, but I want to net $280,000. Meaning the seller is not giving you the listing price. The seller is not giving you the sales price. The seller is telling you that he wants to net after the sale, after the commission, after all the expenses, he wants to put in his pocket $280,000. Okay? Why is that hard? Because sometimes it might not be exactly 280. You're gonna have to work hard to get to 280. Okay? Now,
Okay.
remember that I told you I'm gonna say you one thing 10 times?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's go. We have to remember that my commission comes from the sales price. When the title company calculates your commission, they calculate over the sales price, not the listing price. It has to come from the sales price. Okay? So when you get a listing and you are trying to find out how much money you're gonna make, you're gonna calculate your commission over the sales price, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And always calculate a commission over the sales price. The sales price is the number that I use to calculate my commission. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
6 times now. My commission comes from,
Sales price.
and I calculate my commission from?
Sales price.
Sales price.
You sure about that?
Yes.
All right, very good. Now I'm gonna give you the example, okay? The seller tells me, Orlando, I want to net $280,000. And I tell him, I'm gonna charge you 6% commission. And we know that it will be a $4,000 closing cost. Okay?
Okay.
Now, question. How much do I need to sell the house for? Let me put it. House should sell for.
You needed to put 6% on top of 280.
The calculation,
plus
give me the answer.
4,000.
Do the calculation and give me the answer.
Okay, and the 280 is the net price, right?
He wants to net 280.
Okay.
I think it's 300,800.
Okay, let's collect information. How much did you say, Guilherme?
300,800.
And 300.
And 800.
800.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Agree to that? Now, Guilherme. We got
Yes.
Guilherme. Oops. We got Guilherme. We got Alexandra.
300,000 and 800.
One second. Okay, I had the price.
What is it?
301 with 40.
Huh?
Huh? Okay.
Like that?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. Anybody else?
I'm guessing 302, 127.
Vyacheslav, Gabriela, I'm waiting for you too.
300,800.
Okay. Joseph, can you hear us now? You logged in twice.
What?
You logged in twice.
Are you talking to me?
No, to actually I said that to everybody. All right. Vyacheslav, you're the only one missing.
Free 00800.
Yeah, very smart.
Yeah, right. Now, once you said that he's very smart, Alexander, please tell me, what did you do to come up with 300 and 800? I can't hear you. If you're saying something, I can't hear you.
I'm
I
sorry.
still, oh no, no.
I took 6% of 2,800, it's 6,800. And I add 4,000 of the closing costs, it's 10,800 plus the price. And I come with 300,800.
Yes, you just proved me that I told you something 10 times and you forgot. But you're not alone. Gabriel followed you. Gabriel, no, Guilherme. Gabriela followed you. Vyacheslav followed you. What did I say at the beginning that I was going to repeat 10 times? My commission comes from sales price. Is 280 the sales price?
No.
What is 280?
The
Net.
net.
The
The
net.
net. How can I calculate my commission from the net? If I told you 10 times that my commission comes from the sales price, sales price, sales price. And I do that on purpose. You know why? Because when you take your test and this question comes, you will remember.
The sales price will be.
You're going to have to calculate the sales price. I don't know. I don't know. Now, I'm going to let our bachelor explain how he come up with the number, because he's the only one who got the right number.
I have another number too.
You do, but it's not right. 301,040 is not the number. The number
It's
is
not the number
302,127. That's the correct number. 302, 127.
Only
Now,
Rafael can explain
before
us.
Rafael explains, let's do this. Let's assume that Rafael is right. Then I'm going to put here 302, 127, and I will multiply by 6%. I want to know if he's going to get 280, right? If he's right, if Rafael is right, this calculation will give me 280. Okay? So, let me get the calculator here. And I'm going to get
then I'm wrong.
302, 127. Then Rafael is going to explain us how he did it. 302, 127. Did you tell me how much it is, Rafael?
No.
Oh, okay. Times 6%.
Well, it's going to be 284.
It's 18, 127. Okay? 18, 127. Now I'm going to subtract from 302, right? If 302 is the sales price, let me put it here so you all understand. If this is the sales price, I will calculate 6%, then I will subtract. 6% will be my commission. So 302 minus 18 will give me 284. Okay?
Because I added the closing costs.
Now I will subtract the closing cost, which is 4,000, and I will get to 80 net. Does this number here matches the net that he wants to take? Yes or no?
Yes, but you know
Yes.
what? I did the same thing. I don't know why it shows up another number. Look in here. I'm gonna show you my phone here.
Don't trust on the calculator for iPhone.
That's because you use Fahrenheit. I use it Celsius.
What?
What? What do you mean?
I'm trying to process what he just said. I said, what the hell this has to do with this, man?
I put the number and then I add the 4,000 and then I get the commission for 6% and show me the number, and I did it twice. I don't know why it showed another number, and it's
All right,
now I
Rafael,
did it again.
Rafael, the podium is yours. Tell us what you did.
It's basically the opposite of what you are showing here. So I
Yes,
took the
it's
net price that I
reverse.
wanted.
It's the reverse math.
Yes, I took the 280. Then my guess that was that I should add the 4,000. I was lucky that I was right. So I got 284. Then I divide the 284 by 0.94.
Yes, good. So that's what it is. Now let's make this thing clear here so we understand, and then we do it again. Okay. All right. Let's go here. We need to do what is called reverse math. Okay, reverse math. Because what do we do is from here to here, always from the sales price to net. But we only calculate from the sales price to net when we have the sales price. If we don't have the sales price, then we have to do the reverse math from net to sales price. Now, remember, if I deducted closing cost, going back, I'm gonna have to add, right? Going back, I'm gonna have to add. So I'm gonna have to get my 280, and I'm gonna add to 4,000, and then I'm gonna have 284. All right?
Mhm.
Now, you understand that, let me put it on another box here, that the sales price is 100%. Is that right? I don't hear you, Alexander.
Uh-huh.
So if I am charging 6%, I will subtract this by 6%, which will be equals to 94%, right? So meaning 284 is 94%. You can do two ways. You can do Brazilian ways, that it's called the rule of three, or you can just get 284 and divide it by 94%, but don't forget to hit percentage. So that's all you need to do. If I put my calculator here, do you see? Oh, no, you can't see. Understand what I'm saying? Now, anyone get the calculator, not the iPhone calculator. I'm sorry if you guys have iPhone. I quit iPhone on iPhone 7. Get 284,000 divided by 94% and tell me what you get. It should be 302, 127 and some cents. We good?
Yes.
How much? Anybody? You got 302?
Yes.
Did you got 302? All right, beautiful. Now let's do another one, okay? To make it clear to everybody because it might be on your question, and I want to make sure you guys know how to do it. So let's say that Guilherme is selling his house. Guilherme, how much do you want to net on your property?
150,000.
350, 350?
150,000.
Oh man, you gotta dream higher.
Yeah, no. I'm just the beginning of my.
Okay, seller wants to net 150,000. Okay, now question. Gabriela,
Yes.
you are going to help Gabriel to sell his
Who
property.
is Gabriel?
Guilherme, you are the sales associate. How much are you gonna charge him for commission?
6%.
7?
6.
7?
6.
7. All right, 6. 6%. Alexandra, you are gonna do the title. You're gonna be the title company. How much will
Okay.
be his closing cost?
4,000.
Still, you guys are repeating my number.
Okay, 5,000.
Okay, 5,000.
I
Question. Huh? Huh?
I thought 6% was a set number.
When did I say that?
That's a hobby.
Well, that's what I learned when I was working in real estate. That 6% is a number, and then 40% goes to one person, and then the rest goes to the broker. That's what I learned when I was working in real estate. So, like,
But where have you been all these classes that are being taught?
I'm here.
Are you sure you're here?
Yes.
Okay, then let's make a silence for a moment. Anyone can tell me what did I say about commission?
It's negotiable. Okay.
Negotiable.
Negotiable. Okay?
Yeah.
Commissions are negotiable. I can
Everything
charge
is
6, 7,
negotiable.
5, but we all try to charge 6%.
Okay.
And the 40-60 is also negotiable between the agent and the broker. Example, in my firm, I have people at 70%, I have people at 80%, and I have people at 90%. Depends on the level of experience and the number of closings, transactions, right? So everything is negotiable. Now, question, what is the sales price? Anyone start telling me numbers now? You guys already know how to do that.
164,893.
164,
893.
893.
Normal. Traté el celular, no me sirvió.
Can you explain the accounts again, please?
When we get to the end, everybody
Okay.
put the number, then I will repeat it again.
Me sale
Okay.
me sirve en el meeting. Porque no puede ser.
And I did in my iPhone.
That's why it's wrong.
Sex.
You need the newer iPhone. Only the
Yeah.
new one will do the right calculation.
Only the new iPhone will do the right calculation. Rafael, please don't disappoint me. You told me that you work as an IT with technology. What type of phone do you have?
I have a Galaxy 10.
Samsung.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I think she just.
Yeah. I'm an IT also.
Oh, cool.
Yes. I had a computer company for 25 years.
Wow.
25 years. I opened a school in New Jersey in 1993, and it was the first company to teach computers for Portuguese-speaking people.
Wow.
It's really cool.
I will share some videos for you guys to watch it. It's a little bit about my story. I was a little bit younger, okay? So please don't look into that.
Hmm.
All right, numbers, guys. I'm waiting for numbers. Only Guilherme gave me a number. Claudia, what's the number?
I have a different number.
Well, doesn't matter. Give me the number.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you now.
Gabriela, give me the number. Vyacheslav, give me the number. Rafael, give me the number.
The number that I have is 164,300,000.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
Okay, so I got Claudia here, and I got Gabriela here. Who else? Vyacheslav, what's your number?
164894.
Okay. Rafael.
Yeah, I got the same.
Yeah, good. So
I'm waiting.
this
look.
is the right number, 164. We're going to have to do the reverse math. Let's go for it. We know that the guy wants to net 150.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to add $5,000, which is the closing cost. Okay?
Okay.
So this come up to be 155, which is equal to 94%.
Ah.
Why 94? Because she's charging 6%. If she was charging 7%, then this would be equal to 97.
Uh-huh.
Then the only thing I do is get 155 and I divide it by 94%. And don't forget to hit percent. And if you do that correctly, you're going to get this 893.61.
Hold on 1 second there.
Are you still using your iPhone?
What is the
Yes.
number?
I don't find another
The one with the check mark.
What is the number?
164.
The one with the check mark. You see the check mark there? Marking the right correct number. You guys see the check mark, the green check mark on my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think you need to check your glasses.
165, 80, 93.
No, not 5. You see how I told you you need to check your glasses?
164, 80, 93, 61.
Okay.
1 second there, please.
You still didn't get that number, Claudia?
No, I got it already, but I have to write it. How do I get it?
All right. Taking a picture is also a faster way to get it.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna still get it the wrong number. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Now I want everybody to give me the correct answer. No more wrong answer.
Okay.
One more, so everybody has to do it. And I'm talking to my third person on my screen.
Who's your third person?
On my screen?
Yes.
It's not above you because you are my fourth.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And below Guilherme because Guilherme is my second.
Would
All
that
right,
be
we
me?
change. Rafael,
Thank you.
you selling your property. How much do you want to net?
450.
No, let's change the number, guys. Let's
400, I
be
say.
creative. Huh?
450.
Oh, 450. Oh, okay. Now, who did not participate on the other one? Vyacheslav, you are the sales associate. How much do you want to charge for commission? Vyacheslav,
6%.
7.
8%. 8.
8. Oh, good, good. Someone very. Who said 7%? Joseph.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, finally. Welcome back, man.
The
I missed
hotel
your voice.
internet is terrible.
Huh?
The hotel internet is terrible.
Oh. All right, 450. Now, you, Joseph, you're going to be the title company. How much you going to charge for closing cost?
For closing costs or for the title performance?
No, all the closing cost.
Oh, you charge the commission and then you charge the sales
No,
tax?
no, no. Throw me a number. Throw me a number. $8,000.
Any number.
8,000.
$10,000.
10,000. Okay. Now, guys, do the math and tell me the numbers. I'm got 2 minutes to do that. My third person, I'm looking at you right now. You know that's you I'm talking to, huh?
É 50 mais 10.000.
Everybody can hear you.
6.460.
500,000.
60, 92.
Who said 500?
Gabriel,
5%.
5 even?
500,000.
Alexandre, everybody can hear you.
Peraí, eu vou
No, don't.
Vou fazer a conta aqui no telefone.
Então,
mas
mute, ok?
Mas se eu
Mute.
fechar, não dá para fazer a conta.
Então, faz a conta assim em silêncio.
Tá.
Who's fighting? Stop the fighting. All right. Vyacheslav, number. Guilherme, number.
Told you 500,000.
No, I meant Rafael.
Yeah, I got 500 too.
502. Okay, 502.
Yes.
Like that?
Come on. Repeating jokes.
500.
Oh, cool.
If I don't agitate this class, everybody's going to be falling asleep in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Keep your best jokes for after break.
Huh?
Keep your best jokes for after break.
I don't have many jokes. Alexandra, did you say 500?
Yes.
Vyacheslav.
50.
Huh?
50.
50, 100? 500, you mean, right? Gabriela, number. And you are muted. If you say something, I won't be able to
I
hear.
know I'm mute. I'm still trying to do this calculation. Like, I'm still having issues. Like,
All right, tell me what the issues you have so I can help you.
I'm looking at, so are we supposed to take that number and divide it by 92? Like the 460,000?
Divide by 92, correct. That's, you only have to do 2 calculations. 2
So
calculations.
that's correct, right? That's what it comes like.
That's how you do it, yes.
Okay.
2 calculation is you just add the net plus the closing cost. And then you divide it by whatever is left after you take the commission.
Yeah, it's 500.
Okay, good. Another person got 500. Joseph, I don't see you, Joseph. Are you here?
You don't see me?
Now I see you. What's your number? What is your number?
Is this the 502 number?
Huh?
Hold on. One moment.
Sorry, 500,000.
Good, 500,000.
500. I mistake. 10. No, it's 500,000.
Okay, Claudia, what did you get?
5,000.
5,000. You should
Yeah.
stop using your iPhone.
iPhone
Oh
is
my
not the
goodness.
Look at her face. It's disappointed. I don't think that iPhone is gonna survive until tomorrow.
I don't think either.
iPhone is not the problem.
Okay, let's do this. Look,
No.
450 is the net, and that's how I do it. I get the net, and I add closing cost. That's all I do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna give me 460. Now, if the commission is 8%, the difference between 8 and 100 is 92. So then I will divide this by 92%. And it will be 500. I don't know because I didn't do it. Let me do it.
Ahora sí.
460 divided by 92%. See, even even the calculator on my Apple doesn't give me the correct answer.
Apple is not giving me the correct answer.
Yes.
Apple is giving me.
All right. So then I have to use my resource. Is my camera off already?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I just see your picture.
A suggestion for the iPhone guys, instead of dividing by 92%, could you try dividing by 0.92?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's what I did. Because 92% is the same as 0.92.
Try that, please.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
All right, let's continue here.
Thank you.
Okay, another example. Let's see who's going to give me the answer first. Whoever gives the answer first is going to get the extra point.
Okay.
The seller wants to net 320. The closing cost expected to be 5,500, and the commission is 6%. The house should be sold for
Commission is what? How much?
6. Is on the screen. Everything is on the screen.
$346,276.59.
How much?
346,276.59.
Okay, good. Good. You're the first one. You got an extra point.
And I
The
have
one that you
iPhone.
lost
I'm
from
at the
Rafael
second one.
today.
And I have iPhone.
Look, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm a Mac lover. Whoever uses Windows, they are called Windows users. They are users. But who uses Mac? They are called Mac lovers. And I use Mac, but I don't like iPhones.
Why not?
So limited.
Yeah.
All right, numbers. 1, 2, 3. Alexandra, what is your
320 plus 5,500, right?
Yes.
Right.
It is 325 and 5, right?
Yes.
25 and 5. And then I divide this number for 94%, right?
Yes.
Okay. But my calculator is not giving me the correct number.
How do you know that that one is wrong? What is the number you got?
Hold on. I'm going to ask the calculator again. Hold on.
Try to do what the Rafael said.
I know. But now it's gone. Hold on. It's here.
Ask to Alexa. She's gonna
Hold
tell you
on, hold on,
very
hold on, hold on.
fast.
3, 2, 5, 500 divided by 94%, right?
Yes, yes.
It's giving me 305, 970.
Then trash your calculator. Guys,
Yeah.
look, a tip for your exam, okay? Number one, you cannot use your phone during the exam. So get a dollar calculator. Go to dollar store and grab a calculator, because the only thing you need on the calculator is the plus, minus, multiplication, division, and percentage. And any $1 calculator has those functions. So you make sure that you have the right one. Okay? Now, this is what you do. You got 320, you add the 550, and then you divide it by 94%, and then your answer should be 346,276.60 cents. Good?
Yes.
Amazing.
Good.
All right, we'll
Good.
continue. Now we know what multiple listing service is, because I showed you instead of looking at those numbers here. Now, buyer's brokerage agreement. Let me tell you what buyer's brokerage agreement is. I told you before, I think it was yesterday, that there's a saying now in the industry. It goes by buyers liars. And I told you that the first question that I asked to a buyer, who remembers this, what is the first question that I asked to a buyer?
Are you only with me?
Are you work with another agent? And they say no, but they already been in contact with 10 other agents. Now, what can keep you from working and at the end you get no compensation? Right? We're going to sit down in front of a computer. We're going to be searching for properties. We're going to send the results to the buyer. The buyer is going to pick 3-4 units. You're going to put him in your car, or you're going to meet at the property, show them the property, and at the end, he buys with another agent. And this is unfair, but happens every day. Okay? It's unfair, but happens every day. Now, what I do, this is off the book contents. What I do is I try to gain his loyalty. It's just by looking the eyes and shaking hands. And this is what I tell him: look, I did an interview with you. You told me exactly what you want, and this is my commitment to you. I'm gonna work hard to help you find exactly what you're looking for. I'm going to negotiate and use all my skills, my negotiation skills, to get to the price that you wanted, and I'm gonna put you in your house. And I promise that to you. And your commitment to me is that you're gonna work only with me. Can I trust you on that? And then I extend my hand and we shake hands. It might not have a value, but some people, they do value handshakes, right? That's what you can do. Oh, Orlando, doesn't have a document that I can give to the buyer for the buyer to sign? Yes, we do. It's called exclusive buyer's agreement. Exclusive buyer agreement. That says that the buyer will work with you and you're going to help him find the property. And if he finds the property with somebody else and buys with another agent, he's going to pay you a commission. Now, tell me, how easy it is to get a buyer to sign this?
Hard.
Very hard. Because he doesn't know if you're going to do a good job What if he's not satisfied with the service that you are providing and he decides to go to another agency? Now he can't because he's tied to a contract with you.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get them to sign this. But if you can, well, that's a good help. That's what a buyer's brokerage agreement is, okay? It will list the broker's obligation. It's going to list the buyer's obligation and the compensation that you're going to get from the buyer. We good? Now,
Okay.
Yeah.
what is the conditions created by listing contract? In Florida, in general in Florida, we are hired to find a purchaser. What does that mean? You find a buyer who is ready, willing, and able. What does that mean? He's ready to buy, he's willing to buy, and he's able to pay the price. If the seller, let's say Gabriel gave me his listing for $150,000, and I found a buyer who is ready to buy it now, he's gonna give him $150,000 as he's asked, and he's gonna pay cash. Now I earned my commission. As soon as I bring the contract to Gabriel, I earned my commission, even if it doesn't close. Okay?
What do you mean when you say you earn your commission? That is already like
Because I was hired to find a purchaser, not to conclude a sale. If I'm hired to find a purchaser and I present that purchase who is ready, willing, and able, and I present that to Guilherme, and Guilherme says, you know what, Alindo, I decided not to sell anymore. I said, okay, no problem, pay my commission. Because I found a purchase. If you are hired to effect a sale, then you only get commission when it closes. Understand the difference between finding a purchaser and effecting sale? Good. Now, broker's compensation. To be paid, the broker must hold a current and active license, of course. If you don't have a current license and your license is not active, you can get a compensation. You got to be employed through a listing or buyer broker agreement. And you must be the procuring cause. What a procuring cause means is the person who finds the buyer or who finds the seller and finds the house for the buyer to buy. Okay? So those are the rules for you to get compensated. You must have a broker license, must be current, and must be active. And you must be employed by a buyer or a seller. So how do you calculate a commission? We already did through net sale, but that was a reverse calculation, a reverse math. And the normal way to do a calculation is when you get the sales price and you calculate your percentage, which is your commission. That's it, nothing else. Okay? You got the sales price and you calculate the percentage of your commission, you got the amount. Now, look at this question. A house is listed for $485,000. Now, let me put a pause here. I'm going to go back so you guys don't read it and you pay attention to what I'm saying. If it's your money, you know how to calculate. So don't be scared of math. Don't be scared of questions. Don't be scared the way that they format the question. If you get a listing, bless you. If you get a listing and the seller tells you, I want to sell this property for $500,000, immediately you're going to calculate your commission, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you charge him 6%, naturally, and it's not going to be hard because it's your money. And you want to know how much money you're going to make, right?
Yeah.
You give me a listing of 100,000, man, I'm going to make $3,000 on this sale if I don't find the buyer. If I find the buyer, I will get a full commission with 6%. So immediately you do the calculation. So now comes the question. A house is listed for $485,000. It's sold for 93% of the listing price. The total commission was 7%. The commission was split equally between the cooperating brokers. if the selling agent is on a 75% split, what is the broker shares of the commission? Very simple question, and it's real. You know, it's something that happens every day in real life. You list that property for one price, you always sell for a different price, and you calculate your commission. In general, you have a cooperating broker, which means someone else is bringing the buyer, and you never get 100%. You have your split with your broker. In this example, your split with your broker is 75%. Question. Do it. You got 5 minutes.
Can you read what's the sales price?
Huh?
We're calculating the commission with the split, right?
You're gonna have to calculate how much the brokers will keep after he pays the commission. How much the broker will keep.
Okay, what's the split that the person is under?
You can see it. You can see on the screen.
I can't see it. My internet is it's not like a dedicated line, so it's like really choppy. That's why
Okay.
I'm sitting in the car trying to do
I'll
it out
read
here.
it for you, and then you write it down. Okay, I'll read all the
Perfect.
information you need. House is listed for $485,000.
Okay.
Was sold for 93% of the listing price.
Okay, so 485.
Now, the commission
451.
is 7%.
Okay, and
The commission was split between cooperating brokers.
okay, and it was how much percent?
Now, the selling agent is on a 75% split. How much does the broker keep?
And it's a 3% listing, or 6% divided by 2.
7%. The listing is 7%.
Okay.
All right. When you have a number, you let me know.
The broker is going to get 39.46, 68 cents from the transaction, and then the agent keeps the rest.
All right, give me, hold on. Let me get my mouse here because it disappears all the time. And it appears when it doesn't have to appear. And I cannot get mad at it.
Yeah.
All right. What is the broker's share?
394668.
Mhm.
All right. Anybody else has a different number, same number? I'm not saying that Joseph is right or not. I'm just collecting the information.
If there's anything I wake up for, it's commission. So I know I'm right.
It's 485,000 divided by 93%, right?
No. Alexandre,
I don't know why, but I got 394.
If you go to a store and you find a beautiful dress, okay, beautiful dress, and the listing price is $285, and the store is giving you 15% discount, do you divide or you multiply to find the final price? How do you do this calculation in the store?
Multiply.
Very good. Very good. The life doesn't change, okay? The life is still the same.
Yeah. Vezes 93%. 451. Errando listen. The total commission was 7%. 451.
I got a different number.
Rafael,
93%.
I got,
Rafael.
yeah.
What is your number, Rafael?
I'm calculating again, but I got like the 10% of what Joseph got.
10% off. How about you,
No, I
Gabriel?
I got 394 and 66. But let me calculate again.
Tell me your number.
394
394.
and 66. But I'm probably wrong.
No, there's something wrong. You got 394. Gotta be more than that.
Yeah.
There's three.
So Joseph is probably right. I lost the one part.
The commission.
I got the same number of Joseph.
The com-
Yeah, you got the same number?
Of Joseph. Yeah.
the agent.
Claudia, Gabriela, Vyacheslav.
3946
Mine, there's no,
69.
there's just no way my number's right.
All right. Are we ready for this? Now, you got to remember that my commission comes from sales price. If my commission comes from sales price, the listed price is somehow a distraction. But the question told me that the price was sold for 93% of the listing price. So the only thing I have to do is calculate 93% of the listing price. Then I have the sales price, which is $451.50. Right? Now I'm going to calculate 7% commission, which is 31. The next step in the question says that the commission was split between brokers. Then I have to divide this by 2. Okay? That's 15%. Now, the question tells me that the selling agents will keep 75, which means that the broker will keep 25. And the question is asking how much money the broker keeps. If the commission for the broker is 25%, then I just calculate 25% and I get the answer.
$3,946, right?
Right. Now, this is what I want you guys to do, okay? You are going to take a picture of the screen. Okay? And if you didn't get this number right, after class, before you go to sleep, you do it again and again and again. And then you're going to say, my rewards to go to sleep will be to finish this and find the correct number. But you can't cheat. Don't cheat. You good?
Yeah.
Joseph, congratulations. You got a candy.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Option contract. We already spoke about option contract. We already know who's the optionor, optionee. Requirement for option. We already spoke about it. It has to be ready to be. Huh? What is it again? In ready to be enforceable. Who says that?
The
Cash of fraud.
Mm-hmm. Very good, Gabriel. The statute of fraud.
Who is Gabriel?
Hell, man, there is no way, man. You're going to be Gabriel all the way to the end of the course.
I'm going to change my name on in the license.
I'm going to tell you one thing. This is something with me. I always change people's name, and I don't know why. I had a student in my class. That was in 1995 or 96. And I was teaching computers back then. And I've been teaching all my life. And his name was Aldeirson. But I look at him and I saw Adalberto. And I called him Adalberto, meu filho. Do you know what happened? He told it to his wife. And his wife told it to his friends and families. And everybody was calling him Adalberto. And he loved it. He likes Adalberto more than Aldeirson. The day of the graduation, when I called him, huh?
The name is much better, Adalberto.
Adalberto, yeah. So the day of the graduation, when I was calling everybody in the front to get their certificate, I called him Adalberto. But even though the certificate says Aldeirson, he told me, if you called me Aldeirson, I would not come to get my certificate. So we need a length of time. Guys, I'm going to buy this property in 1 year from now. We got a legal description and consideration. Now, we already know about this, right? Now, Now, what are the information that you have to have in a sales contract? The names of the vendor and the vendee, meaning the seller's name and the buyer's name. We need a legal description. We need a consideration. We saw this yesterday with the contract open in front of us. We need a purchase price. We need a financing or cash. What will be the terms? Are you financing or you are paying cash? Type of deed, title evidence, expenses and proration to be paid. Okay, this is something we're going to see on chapter 14, yes. Personal property included. What is included? What is not included? Date, time, and place of closing. And when possession of property will occur. In general, the possession occurs at closing, right? Now, signatures. You need to go to public records. This is to make you guys understand this, okay? And this is something real that we have to do every day before we write a contract. I don't care what contract is. It's a purchase and sales contract or a listing agreement. I have to do that, okay? I go to public records and I find the name of the owner. If the owner is under a LLC, I go to somebiz.org and I will find out who owns that corporation, because whoever owns the corporation are the persons who needs to sign the agreement. If anybody else signs the agreement, my agreement is not valid.
Mm-hmm.
And I sell a property that belongs to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you need to know, and this is obvious, right? We don't even need to memorize that. Now, Alexandra calls me to sell her house, and she's married, and her husband is on the title, but she doesn't tell me anything. Then I make the listing agreement on the name of Alexandra, and Alexandra is the only one who signs it. Now, it's not going to go. We're going to have a problem in the future, very near future, because the second owner of the property did not sign authorizing to sell. So now you understand that, okay? Whoever is on the title must sign listing agreement or contract. Power to bind the seller or buyer. Broker does not have the authority to sign for or bind the buyer and seller. That's what I told you. There's a lot of people here that don't sign, but they try to make a decision for buyer and seller like they have the power of attorney. If you don't have a power of attorney, you have no rights to make any decisions for the buyer or for the seller. Material defects must be disclosed. There's something called seller disclosure. And yesterday, let me see if I can show that to you. You know, it's always easy to understand things when we see things happening in real life. Let me stop this screen, and I'm gonna bring this screen here. Whoa, opa, hold on, here. Let me see if I can bring this thing here. Okay. So this agent here is selling a property, and she needs to provide the seller disclosure to the buyer, right? And she was asking me, Orlando, I don't even know where to find it. Now look here what I sent it to her. Do you see my highlights here? I sent you the seller disclosure by email, and that was yesterday. Yesterday, shows right here. You do see my mouse moving, right?
Yes.
That's good. So let me show you what a seller disclosure looks like. When I go to the listing presentation, after I got the listing, I give the listing, the seller disclosure to the seller while I go take a picture of the property. Okay. And I tell him, look, there's a bunch of questions here, and you need to answer those questions at your best knowledge, because there's something that he doesn't know. That's why we have a column here that says, I don't know. You see that? I don't know. We have yes, no, and I don't know. There's some question that he really doesn't know, and there's some question that doesn't apply to the property. Example, each seawall, look at letter B, each seawall, if any, and dockage, if any, is structurally sound. Now, what if it's an apartment? We don't have a dockage. We don't have a seawall. If it's on the dry land, right? So then we're gonna put no. Now, does the property have aluminum wiring other than the primary service line? Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what a proper seller disclosure looks like. Okay? And that seller disclosure must be provided to the buyer. And the best time to provide this to the buyer is before the buyer put an offer. I've seen, and it's very wrong, and I want you guys to understand how to do business in real estate. And I had agents that I asked her, why do you do this way? Oh, because everybody does that. Well, that's not the correct answer, right? Or because whoever taught me to do this way. But if you don't find out that the way that someone is teaching you is the right way, you might be making a mistake and you don't even know about it. Now, let's think about this, okay? Rafael, you are the agent and you are representing Alexandra.
Okay.
Alexandra likes a property and she wants to put an offer. And you prepare the contract. Alexandra doesn't know anything about the property, what is wrong, what is not wrong. When do you think she should get the seller's disclosure? Before she puts the offer or after?
Yeah, before.
Before.
So she can make her mind.
But remember this, Rafael, you are representing a buyer, not a seller. You cannot provide a document that you cannot have access to it. Now, Guilherme was the one, let me put myself in this game. I was the one who took the listing, okay? So I should get the seller disclosure at the same time that I get the listing. And I will upload the seller disclosure to the MLS. So when you, Rafael, shows the property and she wants to put an offer, you're going to download the seller disclosure, give to Alexandra so she can review before she put an offer. But I am a reckless agent. I just won my commission. I took the listing and I did not get the seller disclosure. But you, Rafael, are a good agent and you don't want to put Alexandra in a bad position. You call me before you put an offer and you say, Arlindo, I have a buyer that is interested in putting an offer on your property and I need the seller disclosure. Could you please send me the seller disclosure? Do you know what I tell you? Send me an offer and I'll give you the seller disclosure. That's what the majority of the agents does. They tell you send the offer. Man, you are playing this game on the opposite direction. You should provide the seller disclosure before you get an offer.
Yeah.
So me as a listing agent, I should get the seller disclosure the same time I get the listing and upload to the MLS. So when any buyer's agent wants to put an offer, they will be able to download without even calling me to asking me for the seller disclosure because they will find on the MLS. Look here. Let's look at this. Let's look at this property here.
Yeah, that way nobody will lose time.
Nobody will lose time. Now, it's supposed to have a link here for download. Attach it. So there's nothing here. You see my condo plans, form simplicity. There's no attach it. So it's a house. We should provide the seller's disclosure, and it doesn't have. Let's go to the next one. Also nothing. Let's go to the next one. Nothing also. Let's go to the next one. Oh, attachments. You see? Let's see what type of attachment he has. Offer guidelines, property assessed clean energy piece, comply with the lead paint. What? He did half of the job. Better than the others, but where's the seller disclosure? It's supposed to be there. If he was smart, he would upload and I would see the seller disclosure among all those other documents that he put it available. Okay, let's go to the next one. Nothing. And that's the end. From 5 lists that you will look at, only one has attachment, but doesn't have the seller disclosure. Now you can see how people are doing business today, right? You don't want to
Yeah.
follow them.
No.
Learn the right way. This is a real estate seminar. All right, good. Let's go back. What is not a material defect or material fact? Things that you don't have to disclosure. And some things you don't even have to, you're not even allowed to mention. Those are called the stigmatized properties. What is a stigmatized property? Let me ask you something. If you know, let me change here. Gabriela, can you hear me, Gabriela?
Yep.
Very good. Gabriela, you are an agent, okay?
Okay.
And you are helping Claudia to buy a house. And you know, Gabriela, that inside the property that Claudia wants to buy, there was a homicide.
Mm.
Do you have to disclose that to Claudia?
No.
Anybody else has a different opinion?
She don't have the obligation to do this. But if she is from the buyer, she should say.
All right. Should or must? I want to know if it's required by law to disclosure. Let's say she knows that someone committed a suicide in the property.
She should, but she's not obligated.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what we need to understand about stigmatized properties. Stigmatized property means you don't have to disclose. If you want to, you may do it. Okay? But you don't have to. Now, people with HIV or AIDS, they are one of the protected class. You can't mention that because that will be a discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
What is a random gas disclosure? Let me tell you one thing. 15 years in business, never had this disclosure in my hand. Okay? This is what it is. If you know, just for you to understand, and I'm going to tell you how the question might look like. If you know that in the area, in the neighborhood, we all know that the earth produces gas, right? And if it produces gas in a certain level, it could be hazard to people's health. If you know that in the area there was a gas that was registered in a high level, you should disclose. We good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how would the question comes? The question might come this way. If the buyer wants to do an inspection for random gas, the seller should pay for the inspection. Yes or no?
I think yes.
Any other opinion? Rafael, you're the first one on my list.
I'll say no just by reading the slide.
Yes. If the seller wants to do an inspection, he can, but at his own cost.
The buyer.
The buyer, yes. The seller is not obligated to pay for the report, for the inspection. If the buyer wants, then the buyer can request an inspection at buyer's cost. Nobody else. We're good at this?
Yeah.
Next one, lead paint. Now, let's understand, because this is part of our reality on the everyday. Every property that was built prior to 1998, they used a type of paint that contained lead. Do you guys know what lead is?
No.
Chumbo.
Oh.
Yeah, I worked with impact windows a few months ago, and I worked for Home Depot. and we need a special thing to
Remove.
like remove and install the new one in a house with LED.
Now, even though from 1978 or 76, 65 to today, they already paint the house maybe 20 times. There are layers behind layers behind layers until we get to the paint that they use it that contains lead. But we do need to disclose if the property was built prior to 1998. We need to give the buyer a booklet and the disclosure about lead paint. In general, the seller says, I have no information that of a presence of lead in the house. Okay? But we need to disclose. Why? We are not exposed to that paint anymore. But children in general, especially because when they are growing teeth, they like to bite everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And biting, they might be digging into the paint until the last one that has the lead paint, the lead. So we need to disclose. But again, if the buyer wants to do an inspection, it will be at buyer's cost. Okay?
Okay.
Same thing with energy efficiency disclosure. We don't have to know much about it. The only thing we need to know is that if the buyer wants to do an inspection about energy efficiency disclosure, the buyer will have to do it at buyer's cost. Okay? Everything about this, it's only about the cost. Homeowners Association disclosure. We need to give them a disclosure. Property subject to mandatory homeowners association. Provide the buyers with the disclosure regarding the association fees, restrictions, and assessments. So we need to tell them that what is the association fee and how is the association being paid? Is that monthly, quarterly, right? And if there's any special assessment. And also we need to give them a 3 days rescission period for them to review the condo docs. And we already learned about this, right? If it's a pre-sale, we give them 3 days. What if it's a new construction? How many days we give them?
New constructions, 15 days.
15 days.
Mm-hmm.
Property taxes disclosure. This is very interesting. Why is this interesting? Because I've seen buyers, they call me and say, Arlindo, I want to buy a property, but I don't want the property taxes to be more than $1,500. Now, whatever the seller pays now, it's not going to be the same amount for the buyer. And that's what the buyer needs to understand. That's why we need to give them the disclosure about property taxes, just for them to know that the property tax that he's going to pay may not be the same as the buyer, the seller pays now. You understand that?
Because of decrease of the price?
Let's say that's something that we're going to learn in chapter 18. But let's say that the guy bought the property 10 years ago and he homestead. One of the good things about the homestead is that you freeze the value of the property. Not much. You freeze up to 3% the value of the property per year. Okay? Now, if you look at the property that was sold that you bought it 10 years ago for $100,000, even though the price could go up 3% maximum per year, the assessed value today is $120,000. But the value of the property is $500,000. So when the buyer buys this property, the county appraiser's office will assess a new value for the property based on the market value. So it will be something close to the market value. So if you calculate property tax based on 500, it will be way more than 120, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if the buyer is believing that he's going to pay the same amount of taxes that the seller pays, that's going to be a huge mistake. That's why we need to provide them with the property tax disclosure. Understand it?
Uh-huh.
Clear? This has to be clear, not memorized. Building code violation disclosure. The seller must disclose the existence and nature of the violation. Copy of the pleading. Buyer will be responsible for compliance with the code. Example I gave you not so long ago about a property multifamily that I was showing to a buyer, and on the advertising says nine units. But when I look at the public records, it says 7 units. Now, we have a violation here. And if the buyer buys the way it is, he's assuming the risk of the responsibility for this violation, right?
Right.
Good. End of chapter 10. Break. We come back at 8:30. And I will
Okay.
have the highlights. And we start chapter 12 immediately after.
Okay.
No quiz today.
Okay.
All right.
See you.
I see you guys soon.
Bye.
All right. Are we back?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, I got you. It's 1 minute to restart. Let's get the book for the highlights. How you doing, Rafael?
Yeah, doing great.
Oh, this subject. Doing good?
Yes, yes. I was very lost at the beginning. The legal terms, they are very, very new for me,
Uh-huh.
but I'm getting there.
Good. You see, there's a lot of things here that we will be understanding better than memorizing. And that's the focus,
Yeah, I agree.
you know, to make this thing easy to understand. Because I understand the 19 chapters, to memorize it, it's impossible. Impossible. So if we don't understand what is inside those chapters, it becomes very difficult to understand questions. And that's why we spend more time, you know, bringing examples, real
Right.
life, to make sense and all those things. But it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm ready for that.
Yeah. What is everybody else? Hello, Claudia, Guilherme, Joseph, Vyacheslav. All right, let's go to page 246. Page 246. Line 21 through line 35. Page 237. Lines 14 through 18. Vyacheslav, you already have your highlights from previous class. You don't need to highlight against it because it's gonna be different because of your book. 248, page 248, lines 15 through 18. Also line 27 and line 33. Page 250. Okay, 250 for everybody but Alexandra. Lines 25 through 28. Alexandra, your page is 248 from 24 through 31.
24 to 31.
Page 251 for everybody but Alexandra. 1 through 4. And 22 through 25. Alexandra, page 249, 9 through 16. All right. 252, everybody but Alexandra. 34 through 38. And next page, 1 through 8. Alexandra, page 250, 21 through 30. Page 254, everybody but Alexandra. 24 all the way down. Alexandra 252, 9 through 29. Still on 252 for Alexandra, 30 through 33. Page 255 for everybody but Alessandra, 1 through 3 and 4 through 8. Alessandra, no, hold on. Okay, 257, everybody but Alessandra, 1, 2, and 3, and also 16 through 26. Alessandra, 254 for you, 14 through 20, and 29 through 37. Page 259, everybody but Alessandra, 31 through 35. Alessandra, 257, 14 through 18. $263, everybody but Alessandra, 25 through 29. Then you turn the page, 1 through 8, and 24 through 32. Alexandra, 251, 261. Alexandra, 261, 5 through 15. Turn the page, Alexandra, only 1 through 6 and 18 through 23. Page 265 for everybody but Alexandra, 1 through 6. All right, that's it. Okay. Chapter 12.
That's also a big one, yeah.
Yes, how many chapter on 12?
9.
9.
9
9%.
questions, 9 questions. And I'm gonna explain to you guys, I'm gonna get up. My camera doesn't work anyway. I don't know what happened to Zoom. That is turning off my camera. Okay. Now, you understand why 11 has 12 questions, because we're gonna be writing contracts every day, and the importance of the contract in protecting your buyer is tremendous.
Yeah.
Now, why 12 has 9 questions? Because it's about financing. And if you understand in our business, 90% of the transactions are financed. So the financing is the lifeblood of real estate. So we need to understand how the mortgage works. Even though we are not going to generate any loans, we're not going to be loan originators, we're not going to be mortgage brokers, we do need to understand. And one of the things that I tell to my agents is that it's very important that we learn everything we can about this business, because we are the source of information. If I'm working with the buyer, whatever question he has, he's going to call me to ask those questions. I become the source of information for everything they need to know. So we need to understand how the mortgage works. Okay, so let's start it. Now, as I mentioned to you before, we are on a lean state theory. Okay, what does that mean? Anybody can tell me what a lean state theory means?
The borrower retains title of the property.
And when does he get the title?
On the closing.
At closing, yes. You can't read it. You gotta get from your mind. Okay? Lean estate theory means that the buyer gets title at the day of closing. Okay? So he has possession of the title. Now, let's understand this. When we buy a property and we finance, there's two important documents related to the loan that we need to sign. Okay? One of these documents that we need to sign is called promissory note. Promissory note is just a promise to pay. Going back a little bit, let me tell you what is inside the promissory note. Inside the promissory note, there's all the contents of the loan, all the details of the loan. Loan amount, interest rate, monthly payment, loan term. All of those informations are inside the note. An note is also a promise to pay. Now, how good is a promise if I don't keep it?
You'll be penalty. You have penalty. You lost the house.
It's no good at all, right? How good is a promise if you don't keep your promise? It's no good at all.
No good
right?
at all.
It's no good. Now, can the bank take my property if I don't keep my promise?
Yes, it
That's
can.
a depend. Okay? That's a depend. Now, remember that I told you something yesterday about a misconception in our industry about executed. You know, executed doesn't mean that it was just signed. Executed means that you just executed means that you closed, right? Now I'm going to tell you another thing that is very let me just check if everybody's in class. Yes. All right.
In class and in the bed.
Yeah, don't fall asleep on me. I'll put absence and I will take this. It's very offensive attitude.
I agree.
Okay, good, good. Then don't fall asleep, okay? Now, there's another misconception in our industry. Let me ask you guys, if you're buying a house and you're financing, are you taking a mortgage?
Yes.
No, somebody else.
No.
Alexandre.
The vendor can finance to you.
No. I'm financed from a bank. Am I taking a mortgage?
Yes.
Yes.
Who else is gonna say yes?
Me.
Guilherme, am I taking a mortgage?
I think so.
Rafael, am I taking a mortgage?
I think yes, you are.
Gabriela, am I taking a mortgage?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Am I taking a mortgage?
Are you taking a mortgage?
Hey, you were not paying attention to the whole thing I said, right?
No, my sister is in here.
Then tell your sister to leave the classroom because you were in class.
Okay.
Joseph, if I'm buying a property and I'm financing, am I taking a mortgage? Joseph is deaf today. All right, guys, let's go to the misconception and continue the class. I'm trying to make everybody to participate so we can understand this thing better. Sometimes it's hard. Now, that's the misconception. I don't take a mortgage.
No.
Banks doesn't give a mortgage. I'm taking a loan and the mortgage and the lenders gives loans. Okay? And we need to understand because there will be questions in your test about this. It's not only to fix the misconception in our industry, because there's people that they already have their license, they already been through the course, and they already forgot because there's so many people saying, oh, I'm taking a mortgage. Oh, a bank gave me a mortgage of 300,000. That is wrong. I don't take a mortgage, and the bank doesn't give a mortgage. What I take is a loan, and what bank gives is a loan. Then what the hell is a mortgage?
Yeah.
It's
Right? What is a mortgage? A mortgage is the collateral for the loan. Remember, I signed two documents. One is called promissory note, which is a promise to pay. But how good is a promise if I don't keep the promise? It's no good at all. So then I signed the mortgage. Mortgage is the collateral for the loan. So remember this, we are on a linear estate theory, meaning I buy my house today, I got title today. Who is the legal owner of the property? I am. So if I'm the legal owner of the property, it's not like you buying a car. When you buy a car and you finance, the bank doesn't give you the title. The bank holds the title. You don't get the title for your car. You only get your title when you finish paying your loan. Right? We talk about cars, not about houses.
Right.
So if you don't pay your car, the legal owner is not you. The legal owner is who holds the title, and who holds the title is the bank. So if you don't pay your car, the bank will come and repossess the car.
Yes.
They will repo your car. Have you ever heard about banking foreclosure of car?
Yes, I heard.
No. Bank does not foreclose your car. Bank repo the car.
Yeah.
They take your car because he is the legal owner. You're not paying, they come and take your car. And they have the rights because they hold the title in their hands. So they are the legal owner. But now let's change it to properties in Florida. If we are on the linear estate theory and I get the title the day of closing, who is the legal owner? I am. I am the legal owner. So if I don't pay, can the bank come and repo my house?
No.
No, because he cannot repossess something that he never possessed. It's my property, right? That's why I need to sign a mortgage. A mortgage is a document that gives the bank the right to foreclosure my property if I don't keep my promise when I sign the promissory note. So I am the one who gives the mortgage, and the bank receives a mortgage. I don't take a mortgage, I give a mortgage. Bank doesn't give a mortgage. Bank takes mortgage. And with the mortgage on their hands, then the bank will put a lien on your property. That's how it works. The lender will put a lien on your property.
So banks don't give us the mortgage. We give them the mortgage.
Yes, bank takes mortgage, not give. We are the one who gives the mortgage.
Banks
What
give
bank?
us the loan.
Bank give loans and we take loans.
Oh.
Okay, so we're correcting a misconception and learning something also for our test. So what does that make me? Remember, I'm the buyer. What does that make me? Am I the mortgagor or the mortgagee?
The mortgagor.
I am the
Yes.
mortgagor.
I'm the mortgagor.
Uh-huh.
Right? I'm the mortgagor.
We give
Now,
him the mortgage.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna write those questions right here. Okay. Let's put it. House is in foreclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
House is in foreclosure. Loan balance is $350,000. House sold in house sold for 400. $400. Okay, so meaning the house was sold for more than the balance on the loan. So there's a difference of $50,000 there. Question is, who keep this money?
The mortgagee.
Grantor. B. Mortgagor. C. Grantee. D. Mortgagee. Answer.
Mortgagee.
Okay, we got an answer for mortgagee.
Yeah.
Who else?
Me, I think the mortgagor.
Claudia. Who else?
Mortgator. Mortgator is the guys give the mortgage, right?
Mortgagor is who gives, or is also always who gives.
Oh, mortgator. I changed my question. Mortgator. My
Right.
answer. Mortgator.
Everybody else, please participate.
B.
All right, it's B.
Yeah, say B.
The mortgagor is the one who keeps. That's the reason why it's important for us to know the difference between mortgagee and mortgagor. Because if I ask you the question, who keeps the money, everybody says the owner of the property, because he's the owner. There's money left, and the money left is going to go to the owner. But
Yeah.
you don't see owner on the answers. Then you get lost because you don't know who's the mortgagee and you don't know who's the mortgagor. Right?
Yeah.
That's why we need to understand the difference between the mortgagee and the mortgagor. All right. So let's keep going on this. We already know what are the documents that we have to sign, the promissory note, and we already know what the promissory note contains. What is inside the promissory note? Loan amount, the interest rate, the monthly payment, and a promissory note is also a promise to pay. And what will give the rights to the bank to foreclosure my property? It's not the promissory note, it's the mortgage. Mortgage is a document that I sign giving the lender the rights to foreclosure my property if I do not keep my promise. Now, what if at the day of the closing, the buyer did not sign the mortgage, only has a promissory note? And that promissory note that doesn't have a mortgage is called unsecured note, because there is not the securing the note in case you don't keep your promise. So what is it called? A promissory note without a mortgage.
Unsecured.
Unsecured note. Right? So we see that. Okay? So mortgagor is the borrower who gives the mortgage as security to repay. And the mortgagee is the lender who owns the mortgage. Now, when you pay off your loan, after 30 years, the bank is going to give you a document called satisfaction of mortgage. And they do that within 60 days. Okay? So if you have a question that says, after you pay off your loan, what is the document that you received from the lender? The document is satisfaction of mortgage. That's what you received when you pay off your loan. Now, we already spoke about the mortgage lien priority. Who gets paid first, right? When we were talking about superior liens, junior liens, right? So on this priority, the first one to get paid will be government, property taxes and special assessment. After that, then comes the superior liens, which could be mortgage, second mortgage, home equity line of credit. It could be mechanic lien that a construction company put a lien on the company on the house. And how will they pay? They will pay according to the dates that the mortgage was recorded, the lien was recorded. Right?
Right.
Now we're gonna learn 3 things in one. Okay? This is a loan, in general, a construction loan is called a blanket mortgage. A blanket mortgage means that it covers more than one parcel. Okay? So let's start with something that will end up with this blanket mortgage. Let's say that I am a good builder, okay? I'm a good builder, and I want to build a nice and beautiful community. I need to buy a land to build that nice community that I want to build, but I don't have any money. Then I go to a bank. Say I go to Bank of America and I ask for a loan. Mr. Bank of America, I need to buy this piece of land that's going to cost me $500,000. I'm a great builder. I'm going to build a beautiful community, and I want you to lend me the money so I can buy the land. Then Bank of America gives the money, and I buy the land. And I sign with Bank of America the promissory note, and I also sign a mortgage. Okay? Now I have a land. I need to build. Now, if I didn't have money to buy the land for $500,000, I don't have money to build that will cost me $5 million. Then I go to Wells Fargo, and they say, Mr. Wells Fargo, I'm a great developer. I'm going to build a beautiful community, and I need $5 million to do that. And then Wells Fargo asked me, do you have a land? Yes. Do you own the land? Yes. Is it free and clear? No. Bank of America financed that money for me. Then Wells Fargo tells me, look, I will give you the $5 million for you to build your community if Bank of America agrees to take second position on the lien. Now remember that if any property goes to foreclosure, when they pay off, first to be paid is whoever recorded first. And I went to Bank of America first. Bank of America gave me the loan first. I gave Bank of America the mortgage first. And Bank of America recorded the lien first. So if my project goes to foreclosure, who gets paid first?
Bank of America.
Bank of America. That's the reason why Wells Fargo is telling me to tell Bank of America to take second position so he can be first. Okay? This is called subordinating clause. What is a subordinating clause? Is when a lender takes second position on the lien priority. Understand that?
Okay.
All right. Very good.
How do they document that?
Huh?
How do they document that?
Well, they change the position on the lien.
Okay.
They have a personal document between them. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, we were talking about construction loans are called blanket loan, blanket mortgage, right? It covers more than one parcel. And let me put this thing in here so you guys will understand better. Okay, I'm building this community here. And I divided this into lots. Okay, let's assume that this is my community. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses I built in the land. Okay? Now, I have a loan that covers everything. Now, there is one clause that is called release clause. And let's understand what a release clause is. Now, we are in Florida, okay? And Florida is very hot state, very warm. So what do we do before we go to bed?
Take a shower.
Power.
Well, that should be something good to do, but not everybody does. But one thing that everybody does is lower the AC,
Mm.
right? To lower the AC, so it will be like cozy, will be like, you know, refreshing. And then you lower your AC to 65 and then you go to sleep. All right, 2 hours later, you wake up cold. What do?
Higher the AC.
No, you take a blanket.
Exactly.
It's easier.
You take a blanket to cover all the parcels of your body, right?
Yes.
Yes, right. You cover all the parts of your body. You cover your feet, your leg, and everything else.
Yes.
Right? Now you fall asleep again because you're comfortable. 2 hours later, you're hot. What do?
Uncover.
No, you take your legs out.
Oh, yeah.
See, everybody does the same. You take your legs out. You take only one part out from the blanket. And then you take your arm out from the blanket until you release the whole body. Okay? So this is what it is. We have a mortgage covering all 5 parcels. But if Alessandra comes and buy this property here, then the developer, which is me, I'm gonna get that money for that parcel and I'm gonna pay off the loan. And the lender will release this parcel here from the loan.
Uh-huh.
When I sell this one here to Guilherme, then I get the money that I received on the closing, either from Guilherme or from the bank that financing this, and I will go and pay off this parcel here, and they will release this parcel here from the loan. Understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. So now we understood what is subordinating clause. It's when Bank of America took second position on the loan. We learned about what is it called again?
Partial
Blanket
release.
mortgage. Blanket mortgage that covers
Mm.
all the parcels. And we learned
Mhm.
about the release clause, which is the right to release a parcel one at a time as soon as you make the sale. We good?
We're
Okay.
good.
Got a question about it?
No.
In a real life, how frequently happen that?
Well, the release clause and the blanket mortgage, it happens all the time that any builder are building something. But the subordinating clause, not very often.
Okay.
Okay, but the blanket mortgage, yes, because that's the type of mortgage for construction, and the release clause is something that is within the blanket mortgage, right?
Okay.
All right. Now we need to understand the covenants and agreements. Remember, promise to repay. You have also to pay taxes and liens. You have to take property insurance, the occupancy, maintenance, and covenant of good repair, and covenant against any removal. Now, important of mortgage provision. Guys, I'm going to tell you a bunch of clauses that are in a mortgage. And if you ever bought a house and you financed, you signed those clauses, but nobody explained it to you. When you go to a closing,
Yes.
they just point you where to sign. Sign here, right? They don't explain you. But all those clauses that we're gonna see here today, it's in the mortgage. Okay? There are some names, there are new names, but once we understand what that means, it becomes very clear. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Now, the first one is called the prepayment penalty clause. You guys know the distance between Miami and Key West. Do you know the distance between Miami and Key West?
No. No.
So
All right,
4 or 5 hours.
about 3 to 4 hours. Let's put a little bit before Key West, 3 hours distance.
Isla Morada.
Isla Morada, it's about 2. Key Largo is 1 hour and 15, 1 hour and a half. Now, let's use an example here. Alexandra, you live in Miami
I
and you have a
would.
job offer in Key West for $10 an hour. Do you take the job position?
No.
No, because you're not going to drive 3 hours, right?
No.
To make $10 an hour.
Yeah.
But then the company who made you the offer recognize your value and they tell you, you know, Alexandra, you're right. I'm going to give you $100 an hour. Do you take the job now?
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course. Because you are going to work 40 hours a week. That's going to give you $4,000 a week and $16,000 a month. That's worth 6 hours driving.
Yeah.
Then you take the job, first day, you wake up very early in the morning, you take your car and you drive 3 hours to your work. When you get there, you start working, an hour later, your boss comes to you and say, thank you, Alexandra. You can go home now. You can come back tomorrow. Are you happy?
Well, if you're gonna pay the whole day.
No, he's gonna pay you by the hour. Are you happy? No, you're not
No.
happy because you only work 1 hour and you only made 1 hour. When a bank gives a loan, they have a bunch of people working to get it, to make it possible. They have a loan originator work on the loan, collecting all the documents. They have a team called underwriters. The underwriters are looking in details all the documents that the loan originator send it to them, you know, about tax return, pay stub, credit report. They're looking into the inspection, if it's a house. They're looking into appraisal. There's a bunch of people working to make your loan possible. Okay? Now, if you pay off in 6 months, the lender did not have a chance to make the money, at least to cover the expenses, to give you the loan. That's why they charge prepayment penalty. Okay? If you paid before 2 years, they're gonna charge you a fee because you were paying early. You understand what that is?
Uh-huh.
Now, let me tell you, right now, almost nobody charges prepaid penalty. FHA, VA, and conventional loans in general, they don't charge prepaid penalty, but they do charge loan origination fee. Okay, and we're going to be talking about loan origination fee very soon. Now, check off prepaid penalty clause. Now, the second clause that we have is called acceleration clause. When you hear the word acceleration, what comes to your mind?
Fast.
Go faster.
Something is going to go fast, right? Acceleration clause. Now, we need to understand what that is, and we need to link. And the name helps me to remember when I see this in a question. Okay? This is what it means. Let's say I took a loan 5 years ago. I was supposed to pay $2,000 a month on my loan, and I've been paying all the $2,000 for 5 years. Right now, I'm not paying anymore. So I'm not keeping my promise. Now, because of this clause, the acceleration clause, the bank has the right to get the due date today. Okay? That's what the acceleration clause means. Let's say if I'm still paying the mortgage, I still have another 25 years, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now, the acceleration clause make all those 25 years gone, and now your loan is due today.
Oh my goodness.
That's what the acceleration clause means. Well, remember, you are taking $200,000 from the loan, from the lender, right? If you don't pay, the lender wants his money. If you don't get his money, then they will foreclose your property. Understanding what acceleration clause is.
Mm-hmm.
The word acceleration will help you guys remember what that is. It's gonna make that 25 years gone, and the due date becomes today. You're gonna pay. You're gonna have to pay off your loan. Now, right to reinstate. It's very simple. Right to reinstate. Let's say I'm behind my mortgage payments for 6 months. Okay, 6 months. The bank did not file for foreclosure or anything. The bank, it's also sending me letters to remind me that I'm behind on my payments. Then I grab the phone, I call the bank, and I say, Mr. Bank, I'm sorry, I've been behind. Something happened in my life, and a hardship, financial status, but now everything is good, okay? I'm gonna pay you the 6 months that I'm behind, all the penalties and fees that you're gonna charge me because I've been behind, and I wanted to reinstate my regular payments. Understand what that is?
Yeah.
It's called right to reinstate. That means I'm gonna pay what I owe, what is behind, plus fees, plus penalties, and then I will start making the payments on time again. That's right to reinstate. Now, Due on sale clause, the name says it all. Due on sale means your mortgage is due if you sell. Isn't that obvious?
Yes.
You think you will be able to sell your house and continue making payment on the mortgage? No. If you sell your house, you need to pay off
Yeah.
balance. All right? Now, deficiency clause. To help you guys remember, the word deficiency reminds us of defense. Couldn't be that? Deficiency helps me remember word defense. That clause is the only clause in the mortgage that benefits the borrower, myself. That clause says this, Mr. Buyer or Mr. Borrower, if you are keeping your promise, making your payments on time, you're not changing the property use, you're not changing anything, the bank has no right to change anything on your payment. They cannot increase your interest rate. They cannot increase your mortgage payment. They cannot decrease the term. Okay? That's a defense that we have against the banks. If I'm doing everything right, they have no right to change anything. We good?
Okay.
Yes.
Now you see, it's something new. It's you know, things that sometimes you never heard it, but once we understand what that is, it becomes easy to help us remember in the future. I want to go to another clause. I'm gonna go. Come back. Let me see here. Okay. Escalator clause. I'm gonna change these slides and I'll put it on the second. Yeah, I'm gonna do that later. All right. Escalator clause. When you hear the word escalator, what comes to your mind?
Escada.
What did you say, Claudia?
The escalator on the mall.
Well, something is gonna go up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's gonna go to a high level. It's always high, right? It's always higher than whatever it is. So the escalator clause means this. Gabriel, which is refusing to accept his name because he wants to be called Giuliani.
I give up.
He's refusing to accept his new name. He owns a house, okay? And he knows, and let me tell you something that to help my explanation, okay? When you buy a house and it's gonna be your primary residence, meaning you're gonna live in the property, the interest rate is always lower for primary residences. If you buy a house for second home, the interest rate is a little bit higher than for primary residence. And if you buy a house for an investment, then the interest rate is even higher than the primary. And it's easy to understand. Banks wants to help you to buy your home. And because it's your home, it's the roof on top of your head, it's gonna be more difficult for you to stop making the payment because you're gonna lose the roof on top of your head. So then they give us a break and then gives a lower interest rate. If you buy a second home, it means you have money, right?
Yeah.
Take vacations and have a second home that you're gonna use maybe 2, 3, 4 times a year. So then the bank wants to make some more money. Then the interest rate is a little bit higher. And if you're investing, means you're making money, then the bank also wants to make some money.
Yeah.
The interest rate is even higher. We all agree to this. We make that thing very clear. Now let's go back to Gabriel. He owns a property as his primary residence, okay? And he lives in that property. And he wants to buy an investment property. But he's very smart, if we can call it smart. he knows that if he tells the bank it's going to be an investment property, the interest rate is going to be higher, monthly payment is going to be higher. So then he decided to, you know, make a saint lie, you know, like a very light lie. Mr. Bank, it's gonna be my primary residence and I'm gonna move into this property. Okay? Of course, he's gonna have to prove somehow that this is gonna be his primary residence by showing that this property that he's buying is closer to his job or closer to the beach, or it's a bigger house, or he's downsizing, his kids move out and then he's going to a smaller apartment. All right, doesn't matter how he's gonna prove, the bank believes that Gabriel is going to move into that property and gives him a very low interest rate and he buys the property. The property use is primary residence, but he had no intention to occupy the property. As soon as he closed, he rent the property and the bank find out. If the bank find out that you change the property use from primary to investment, then they will escalate your interest rate to an investment rate. You understand what escalate is?
Mm-hmm.
Your interest rate is going to go up because you change the property type. Why is it going to go up? Because you change the property type. That's called a escalator clause. Let's see the other one, exculpatory clause. Exculpatory clause. Now, let's pretend that exculpatory makes me remember the word excuse. Okay?
Uh-huh.
I know it doesn't, but let's force the nature of the word and let's pretend that exculpatory means excuse me. That means this: if you don't pay your mortgage, and remember that all these clauses are to protect the lender, okay? There's only one that protects the borrower. The rest of the clauses are there to protect the lender. So this clause that's called exculpatory clause means this: if you don't make your payment, the bank needs to foreclosure your property. When they sell the property, if the money that they collect on the sale is not enough to pay your loan balance, they are not going to go after your assets, your personal assets. Exculpatory clause means the lender will look into your property and your property alone. If the foreclosure money is not enough to pay the balance, they are not going to go after your assets. We good?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now, if your mortgage doesn't have what it's called deficiency judgment, if your mortgage has deficiency judgment, if the money that they collect is not enough to pay the mortgage, they're going to go after your assets.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay.
Exculpatory is related to deficiency judgment. Exculpatory by itself, meaning they are looking into the property and the property only, not your assets. But it must not have the deficiency judgment, because if it does have the deficiency judgment, then they're going to go after your personal property to get the rest of your money. You got to remember that you signed the promissory note. You promised to pay the loan, and the foreclosure was not enough to pay the loan, then they need to find a way to get that money. Okay? If you have the deficiency, they're going to go after your assets. All right. Now, let's look into the mortgage underwriting process. I told you that the bank, they have a team of people that are working to approve your loan. They have the loan originator who is collecting all the documentation and send those documentation to the underwriter. And the underwriter is going to analyze all those documentations that you send and see if there is risk. But you got to remember one thing, guys. I'm going to tell you. The real job of a underwriter is to say no. They are the gatekeeper of the bank. They are the gatekeeper. Their job is to find something that will force them to say, I'm sorry, your loan is denied. Okay? Now, their job is very, it's like a secret service. Not because it's secret, it's because of the importance of their jobs. They cannot approve a loan that has a risk of no repayment. Now, the first thing they're gonna look at, let's not put in that order. There's different things in the process. But they're gonna look into two things. They're gonna look into the property and they're gonna look into the applicant. Okay? Basically, those are the two things they're gonna be looking at. Why do you think they need to qualify the property?
Inspection.
To make sure that the amount is appropriate.
Yes, yes. But let's put it in a different words, okay? It's because the property is the collateral for the loan.
Okay.
If you don't pay, they're gonna go after your property. So if the property doesn't, it has a lower value than the money that they lend, they're never gonna get the money back. Okay?
Yeah.
So you gotta remember that the property that you're buying becomes the collateral for the loan you're taking.
Yeah.
That's why they need to qualify the property. Okay? If it's a house, they're gonna request you to do inspections. Okay? Off the records, not gonna be in your test, but just for you to know, the inspections that the lender require is the wind litigation and 4-point inspection. 4-point inspection means they're going to all 4 points of the house. They're going to go look into the roof. They're going to go look into the pipes. They're going to go look into everything about the property. And the wind litigation about the hurricane. Okay? So when you make those reports, the inspection, that report must be sent to the lender. If the report says that you have a leaking on the roof, the lender is going to say no. Because the roof is the heart of your house. If the roof comes down, there goes the house.
Lindo,
Yeah.
I have a question. Collateral is garantia, right?
Isso, isso.
Okay.
Okay. Now, why they look into the applicant? What do they want to see on the applicant?
They want to know if you can pay.
Ability to repay the loan. Very good. They want to see if the applicant has the ability to repay the loan. Okay? Now, let's move to the next slide. Qualifying the property. Why do they qualify the property? Because the property is the collateral for the loan. They're gonna order the appraisal because they're looking to market value. They don't want anything above market value. They don't want the appraisal to come, the loan amounts to be below or actually above the market value, right? To make this thing even more clear is this. Vyacheslav is selling his property and I decided to buy it. And I decided to pay $500,000 for the property, okay? So meaning the bank is gonna finance based on $500,000, right? Arlindo is giving 20% down, which is $100,000, and the bank will finance in $400,000. Now the bank is gonna order the appraisal, and the appraisal comes at $450,000. What do you think is going to happen? Anyone?
450 is not enough to pay to the house be the collateral for the loan.
Yes. So the bank will deny the loan. Okay.
The
I'm
loan.
gonna have to renegotiate with Vyacheslav, whatever terms we decided. But we're gonna have to lower the purchase price to 450. What are we gonna do with the other 50,000? The bank doesn't care. And I've seen people that says, "Oh, Orlando, you give 50,000 under the table." No, it doesn't have to be under the table. There are some people, especially some that you know where they're from, that they have the they have
The culture.
the custom is inside. Yes, it's inside their culture.
The
That
urge.
it's not right. It has to be hiding. You don't show.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you one thing for your life, especially in your career, but it goes everywhere. If you cannot say how you did it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Right? If you cannot say how you did it, don't do it. And they always come and, "Oh no, we pay under the table." No, it doesn't have to be under the table. The bank can know that you're giving 50,000, 100,000, a million. The bank doesn't care that you pay more for the property. What the bank cares, and he's not going to finance based on any price above the market value.
Yeah.
Take your contract, put the sales price to 450, and I can have it in writing between me and him that I'm gonna give him $50,000, or maybe we made an agreement to go half and half. So he give up half, and I will give him the other half. I put it in paper that I'm gonna give Vyacheslav $25,000 at closing. Everybody can see that this is not illegal. It's okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, redlining, we all know what redlining is. Who can tell me what redlining is?
Redlining, like
It's a line in red, right?
see points that the house is missing.
Huh? Huh?
Marking points where the house is missing. Redlining.
I don't know. I understand that. I don't even remember saying anything similar to that.
No.
No. Who else is going to say what redlining is? Bank and insurance cannot deny a loan or insurance based on the neighborhood of the property or based on the age of the property. That's what
Oh
redlining is.
yeah. Oh yeah. Redlining. Yeah.
Yeah, they deny a loan based on the age of the property or based on the income of the neighborhood. That's considered to be redlining, and it's illegal. All right. How are they going to qualify the applicant? They're going to analyze the desire and ability to pay. Excuse me. The first thing they're going to look at is the credit report. So if the program that they have to qualify you, you must have a 700 score. If you have 680, you're automatically denied. They don't even go any further. All right.
Yeah.
So once you qualify for your credit score, then they go to the other step. Now, if you want, you can take a picture of that. That's how they look into your score. The lowest one is between 350 and 549. Now, is a 580 score a bad score? It's poor, right? It's very bad. 580
Yeah.
is bad. Very bad. Do you think you can qualify for a loan with only 3.5% down payment? With a 580 score? Do you think you can qualify for a loan?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, you can. The FHA loan program, you can have your credit score as low as 580, and you still qualify for 3.5% down payment. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, when they look into your credit score, they're going to look into the history. And history means for how long you have credit. There's people that come here, you know, recently, they just got a credit card 6 months ago and they want to buy a house. You're not going to qualify for it. The bank needs to see 2 years of credit history and at least 2 pieces of credit. Right? Now, another thing that might help you guys to help your clients to keep their score high, it's never let your credit card balance be more than 30% of your limit. Okay? Every time that your balance is more than 30% of your limit, your score goes down. Let's say you have a credit card and the limit is $1,000 and you owe 500. You don't owe too much. You only owe 500, but 500 is 50% of your limit. That means your credit score will be low. Okay? So one thing that helps people to bring the score up is to pay off the credit card down to 30%. We're good?
Good.
Now, after they look into the score, they're gonna look into your income because you're not gonna pay your mortgage with your score. You're gonna pay your mortgage with your income. Then they need to know that your income is dependable and is stable. Okay? And the employment has to be 2 years on the same line of work. And this is something there's a lot of people that don't know. Let's say I am a CPA and I work for a company for 3 years. And 2 months ago, I changed my employer, but I'm a CPA on this new job. But I'm only there for 3 months. Do I qualify for a loan?
No.
Yes, because
Yes.
it's in the same line of work. I was CPA before, and I'm still CPA. I just
No.
changed the employer. Okay, 2 years history. But let's say I was a Uber drive, and now I got a job for CPA, and I've been on the CPA for 3 months. Do I qualify for a loan?
No.
No, because it's 2 different line of work. Okay, now what are they going to take in consideration in terms of income? Wages, bonus, commission, alimony, and child support. And that goes both ways. Either goes as a positive income or negative income. If you pay child support, they will deduct that from your income. If you receive child support, then that's going to increase your income, right? But all of those things can be taken in consideration. What are they not taking in consideration? Temporary employment. If it's a temporary employment, the word says it all. It's temporary. How long? I don't know, but for sure it's not going to be for 30 years because 30 years is not considered to be temporary, right?
Yeah.
Unemployment income. Oh, yes, I'm on unemployment and I make $3,000 a month. No, they're not going to take in consideration because it's not a dependable and stable income. And contribution from family members. That's what I wanted you guys to understand what contribution from family member is for both sides, the school and life. I can't get a gift or a contribution, but we call it a gift from my father for $20,000 to help me with the down payment. That is possible. The bank will allow my father to give me $20,000 to help me on the down payment. We good at that?
Yes.
So contribution from family member, it's not about what I just said. It's about something else. What? My father gives me a letter saying that to whom it may concern, I certify that I will give to my son, Alino Machado, $2,000 a month to help him pay the mortgage. Can this be considered part of my income?
No.
Yes.
No.
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 No, because it's not an exchange of a service, right? It's not an exchange of a service. If my father 2 months later decides not to give him the money, or if he's lying about that just to help me get approved,
Or he's died.
yeah. We good? Now we know what the difference is. Now, let me see. We have time. We do have time. The bank, they calculate the ratio for our income. Now, remember that every time that we talk about ratio, the word ratio means percentage, a percentage of something, okay? Every time that you hear ratio, it's always a percentage of something. And this is also very common sense. It's a common sense. Once you understand what this is, and you say, well, that's obvious. Anybody would do that. Let's say I want to take a loan from Rafael. And I say, Rafael, I want to take a $10,000 loan from you. And I will pay you $1,000 a month. Now, Rafael wants to know if I have the ability to pay him $1,000 a month. And then Rafael asks me, Orlando, how much do you make? I say, I make $1,500. And how much is your rent? My rent is $1,000. So right there, he knows that I'm not gonna have $1,000 left, right? Even if I say, oh, I make $2,500. Okay, good, you make $2,500. Okay, nice. Now, how much do you pay for the rent? $1,000. Okay, then makes $1,500, and you're gonna pay me $1,000. You have left with $500, and I don't believe, Orlando, that you can leave with $500 a month. You need to pay gasoline, electricity. You need to eat, bring food to the house. I don't think you will be able to leave with $500 a month. Is that something like normal that a person who is lending money to another would do?
Yes.
Yes. That's how we come up with the ability to pay. The bank says this: you need to have a certain percentage for yourself. I will allow you that your payment for the mortgage and your payment for everything else to be a percentage from your total income. The rest you can live with that in a month. So the first one we're going to look into is the house expensive ratio. The house expensive ratio is related to your payment on your house only. Does not include electricity or anything like that. It only includes PITI. Now, who can tell me what PITI is?
PITI is, hold on. May I
One
in the book?
second.
You don't even need 1 second. It's on the screen.
PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance.
Você diz que ninguém vê o óbvio. PITI is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Now, remember when I gave you an example and I gave you a video for you guys to watch it and some exercise for you to do at home? You take a loan of $200,000 at 6%, and your monthly payment is $1,199. Inside this $1,199 has principal and interest together. Part of this money goes to your principal, and part of the money pays interest. So on your monthly payment that the bank tells you this is going to be your mortgage payment, that has already the principal and interest. Now they're going to take in consideration taxes, because you're going to have to pay taxes. And they're also going to take in consideration the insurance, because you have to pay insurance. And that's one of the clauses that we have on the mortgage, that you must take insurance. If you don't take insurance, the bank will take for you. And believe me, the bank is not going to shop for the lowest insurance, the cheapest one. The first one that they find is the one that they're going to get it. And the bank will charge you every month, all four together, principal and interest that are together, plus the taxes plus the insurance. Let's say your taxes is $2,400 a year, they're gonna collect $200 a month. If your insurance is also $2,400 a year, they're gonna collect $200 a month. So then your principal, interest, tax, and insurance on this example I gave you, that's $1,199. Let's round it up for 1,200, 1,200. Plus 200 for taxes becomes 1,400. Plus another 200 for insurance becomes 1,600. So the total is 1,600. And that's how the bank calculate the ratio. They're gonna take your PITI and they're gonna divide it by your gross monthly income. Okay? The result will be a percentage. And that percentage for a conventional loan cannot be more than 28%. Remember that there is another one that's called total obligation ratio. Leave that aside. Let's first understand housing expense ratio. That ratio cannot be more than 28%. If that ratio is more than 28%, then the bank will deny your loan. Now let's give an example here. Your income is $3,500. Okay? Your income, your gross income is $3,500. Okay? And your PITI, with the example I gave you, is 1,600. Question: what is the ratio? What is the house expense ratio on this example? I gave you the formula. The formula is right there on the screen. Okay? You just have to do one calculation and give me the number.
Hold on. Is PT divided by GMI, right?
Yeah, it's called PITI. Okay?
46%.
46%.
Yeah, 46.
All right, good. Now, does he qualify for the loan?
No.
No, because 46 is more than 28, then he doesn't qualify for the loan. Let's say that his income, instead of 3, is 5,500. Now tell me, does he qualify for the loan?
Hold on.
29%.
29. Almost there.
29. You doesn't qualify for the loan, right? Now you understand what that is? Good. Now let's look into the other loan program. We are going to look more into conventional FHA and VA on chapter 13. Chapter 13 is the source of the money. Now, conventional loan is everything that it's not FHA or VA. If it's not FHA and if it's not a VA, then it will be conventional. Okay? Convention is like the private loan program from lenders. You know, they design their loan programs in general. FHA is the type of loan that is insured, okay, by the government. It's insured. And VA is for veterans. And the type of loan of VAs, it's guaranteed. The VA is guaranteed. FHA is insured. And conventional is everything else. We're going to see more details about that on chapter 13, but the ratio is right here on chapter 12. Now, the FHA ratio is 31%. Now, with that income and the VA, it's 41 for both. They don't have a house expense ratio. They only have the total obligation ratio. And it's 41%. If the question gives you income and PITI, and they ask you if they qualify for a loan, but they do not specify which loan, you put them in that figure. Okay. Now, the example I gave you, 5,500 income, and the PITI is 1,600. Question: do they qualify for a loan? Yes or no?
Yes.
For
Yes.
conventional, no, but for FHA, yes.
Remember, we have to be short in our answer. Do they qualify for a loan? Yes.
Yes.
They're not specifying for which loan they qualify for. Okay? The question is simple. Do they qualify for a loan? Answer is yes.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, we all understand how to calculate the house expense ratio. I will have the PITI, and I will divide that by the gross monthly income. Both information will be in your question. Probably not as simple as I have there. They might tell you that your PI is $1,200, your insurance is $2,400 a year, and your property tax is $2,400 a year. So then you know that you're going to have to get the $2,400 divided by 12, the other $2,400 divided by 12, and add all the numbers together to get your PITI. Don't think that they're going to make your life easy. Okay? They can complicate. But once you understand, you know. If they tell you that the property tax is $2,400, you know that that amount is not per month. That is per year. So if you're calculating the monthly payment, you're going to have to divide that by 12, makes that clear. We good?
Good.
All right. Now, there's another calculation that the bank wants to do, which is called total obligation ratio. Now, remember that the bank is going to pull your credit. And in your credit, it's going to show everything you pay per month, but not everything. That's why it's not 100%. It's only 36 for conventional, 41 for FHA, and 43 for FHA, and 41 for VA. Because when you pull the credit, you're going to find car payments. Is that right?
Yeah.
They're going to find loan, credit cards. Is that right?
Yeah.
They're going to find a student loan.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the information that they
Solar
provide.
panel loan, like I have.
Yes. Those are the information that they're going to find on your credit report. How about how much you pay for your phone? Is it there?
No.
No. How much you pay for electricity?
No.
No. Life insurance, car insurance, entertainment.
No.
Nothing of this will be there. That's why they say, look, 43%, it's okay, because I believe 57% it's good for you to pay for all those things that is not listed on your credit report. You need 57% for your salary to pay for all the other things that doesn't show on your credit report. Okay? Now, let's continue with this example here. And let's say that they pull the credit and they have a car payment for $350. They have a student loan for $150, and they have a credit cards for $200. Okay? Now the question is, do they qualify for a loan? Now remember, total obligation ratio is my PITI plus all the debts divided by the gross income. You have all the information you need. Just need to do the calculation. Tell me the answer. Do they qualify for a loan? Yes or no?
Hold on.
Yes.
41%. 41, 42. 42.
What is the percentage? Use the percent and the decimal, because the percentage goes all the way to 2 decimal points. What is the percentage?
42%.
41, 81.
All right, 41, 81. Do they qualify for the loan? Yes or no?
41, 81.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. For which one?
VA.
VA.
No. FHA.
Okay.
FHA.
FHA. 4181 is more than 41, so he can't get an FHA,
Ah, okay.
right?
Right.
If the percentage, the results of your calculation is more than the ratio, then they don't qualify for the loan. Okay?
Okay.
Now let me make a little change here. I'm gonna decrease this for 350. Oops, what happened here? And I'm going to decrease this for 500. And I'm going to decrease this for 100. Now, question is, do they qualify for a loan? Yes or no?
$43.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Are you sure?
FHA.
Let me see.
43%.
I will do again.
What is the percentage?
46.
No, I don't think it's 46.
43.
It's 46.
43.
Yes. But do they qualify for a loan?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Why?
because he doesn't qualify for the home expense ratio. And you didn't calculate the home expense ratio. Calculate the home expense ratio. PITI with 1,600 divided by 5,000. What do you got?
Hold on.
32%.
32%. What is the maximum that they can have?
31.
31. So do they qualify for a loan?
No.
No, they don't qualify for a loan. Okay? Even if they qualify for one ratio, if they don't qualify for both ratios, loan is denied. They must qualify for both ratios. Meaning, if you have a question like that, you must qualify both, you must calculate both ratios. If the answer is yes for both ratios, then the answer is yes. But if one is yes and the other one is a no, then the loan will be denied.
The answer is no.
The answer is no. Why? Even though he qualifies for the total expense ratio, he doesn't qualify for the home expense ratio.
Okay.
Okay, everybody clear with that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, now, one thing that I want you guys to remember is the qualifying ratio, okay? Qualifying ratio. What's the qualifying ratio for conventional? 2836. What is the qualifying ratio for FHA? 3143.
43.
What is the qualifying ratio for VA? 41.
41.
That you need to memorize. The rest, understand, calculation. Memorization, only the ratios.
Okay.
Okay? It's that you're gonna have to memorize because it's not gonna be in your test. You're not gonna give you a clue by showing you the qualifying ratio.
I took a picture.
Okay.
Just
All
to be
We'll let it be
sure,
Huh?
just to be sure, I have to be less or equal.
Less or equal, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Less or equal on both ratios, right?
Yes, it's and.
Hourly and total.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have an yes. All right, good. Now, let's look into some terms related to a loan, okay? We have a down payment and everybody knows what down payment is.
Yes. Yeah.
Down payment is how much you're putting down to buy the house. Now, loan to value, what is the word that comes after?
Huh?
What is the word that comes after loan to value?
Ratio.
Ratio.
Oh, it says ratio, then you talk about what?
Percentage.
Percentage. So, who ever heard about loan to value? Nobody? Is it the first time you hear the word loan to value?
Yes.
Good. Now, it's very simple. Loan to value is the same thing as loan amount. The only difference is this. A loan to value is a percentage, and a loan amount is in dollar. Okay?
Okay.
Loan amount is in dollar, expressed in dollar. And loan to value is exactly the same, but expressed in percentage. What is the loan amount you get? Oh, let's say a house that costs $200,000 and you are putting $40,000 down. Okay? Let me put the example here so you guys understand. So, price equals to 200,000. Now, down payment equals to 40,000. Now, the loan amount is 160 or because it's the same thing, or 80%.
The ratio.
The ratio is the same thing. Okay? 160 is the dollar amount of the loan. Oops. And 80 is the percentage of the loan, and the relationship is with the price. 80% of 200,000 is 160, and 160 is 80% of 200,000. That's why I told you guys that these two things are the same. The only difference is one is expressed in percentage and the other one is expressed in loan.
Uh-huh.
All right? Now, let me give you a clue about math. Every time that you're looking for a percentage, you always divide the smaller amount by the bigger amount. Okay? If you're looking for a percentage, you always divide the lowest amount by the bigger amount. Let me give you a different example, and let's see if you can tell me what is the LTV. Okay? Now, price, and I can give any number, okay? For you guys to know that we can give any number. Rafael, give me a number.
25,000.
No, the price of the property.
Oh, okay, 200.
Let's put a different number. Let's be more creative.
Ah, come on.
425.
After 10 p.m.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Be more creative. I'm trying to show you that works for anything, so we're gonna use a different number.
Okay.
Okay. Now, my down payment, give me a number, Alexa. Fast.
30,000.
Huh?
30,000.
30,000. Good, 30,000. Now, question is LTV. What is the LTV? What is the LTV?
Loan.
30
Loan.
divided by
What is the LTV?
Loan to value.
What is it?
Ah,
I'm
the
not
loan to
asking you
value.
what LTV means. I want to know what the ratio for loan to value.
Hold
I
on,
want to
hold
know
on.
what LTV means. I want to know the
Hold
percentage.
on. Hold on. Ai, meu Deus.
Rafael, what is it?
7.05%.
No, got it wrong.
30.
Because you
Loan,
are mistaking one little thing.
395,000.
Huh?
395,000.
Look. Let's make a stop here. So anybody,
92%.
nobody get confused.
93%.
Loan to value is a ratio, and ratio means percentage. So whatever number that you're giving me has to be a percentage.
7%.
92%.
No.
Okay,
No.
sorry,
What
let
is
me do it
the-
again.
Okay, look into this.
45. Yeah, I got it.
Look into this. Put a pause there. Look into this. I told you that the relationship between loan to value is with the loan amount, not with the down payment. That's the mistake you were making, Rafael, because you are using the down payment to calculate loan to value, but down payment has no relationship with the loan to value. What has relationship with the loan to value is the loan amount. You don't have it, but you can get it. Now give me the percentage.
Hold on.
92.94.
92.94%. That's more like it. I don't know if it's right or not, but it's more like it.
%92.
Now I need all the number. Remember, when we talk about percentage, you need the decimal, the 2 decimals after the decimal point. You need everything.
9.2.
No, it's 92 point something. It cannot be
92.94.
Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
92.94.
Now, how do we do that? How do we do that? I have the impression.
Can
Look,
I tell?
let me tell you one thing.
Can I
We're
tell?
getting to the end of our course. There's a few things that's not being doing correctly through the process, and we need to correct it, and we're gonna have to correct it today, okay? Because I have to follow the FREC rules. Right now, I have the impression that I only have 3 students in the class: Rafael, Guilherme, and Alexandra. Because I don't see anybody else.
Aquí estoy.
I have to see you. If you don't look pretty, you fix your hair, put a makeup, but put your face on the camera, or FREC is going to deny your license because you don't qualify for the 63 hours because you're not present. Okay? And I need you all to participate, because if I only see 3 persons participating, I'm being unfair with the other 4 that is not participating. Because I don't know if you guys are not participating because you have no clue what is going on and you are embarrassed to ask a question, right? Or it's just because you don't want to ask the questions. We need a participation. Guys, this is not a game. Look, the course was not free. All of you paid for it. And the time we're here, from 6:30 to 10:30, is a time that you could be enjoying your family or relaxing, because tomorrow you have to work. You have other things that you need to do. So we have to be here. So let's take advantage of the time that we are here and participating so you can learn. Remember, I was talking to someone today and I told them, look, we have 2 obstacles ahead of us. One is the school exam, which is going to be very simple, very easy. I'm giving you guys highlights to help you study. You passed the school exam. Is it over? No, it's not over. You still have to pass the state exam. And there is no highlights for the state exam. You're going to have to look into the whole book.
Yeah.
And I have students that took my class and they went to the state exam and they passed on the first try. Right after the school finished, they passed on the first time. What does that tell me? That what I teach here prepares you to take the state exam and pass. I'm doing my job. Your job is to participate. So to make sure that you are getting what is being taught. Because passing the school exam doesn't give you a license. What gives you a license is both exams.
Yeah.
Good? Joseph, where are you, Joseph?
Joseph.
I just see the shadow of Joseph. Someone is moving in there. All right. Gabriela, I see the tip of your head, but Monday, please put a makeup, put anything you want, a hat if you want to, okay? A little mask that doesn't cover everything, but put your face on the camera. And please participate, okay? Rafael, I only see the tip of your head. Good. Now, when we're doing the loan to value ratio, I said that the relationship to the loan to value is with the loan amount. And the first time we made a mistake, why? And I did that on purpose. I gave you the price and I gave you the down payment. So you immediately took the down payment and divided by price. But down payment has no relationship with loan to value. The loan amount is the one that has relationship. But I didn't give you the loan to value. But I give you a way to find out. You got the price, you subtract by the down payment, then you have your loan to value. Once you have your loan to value, then you just divide the lowest number by the highest number, and you get the percentage. Remember that when you do this calculation, it will be in decimal. The results will be in decimal. You need to convert the decimal into percentage. And the only way to do that is move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right. Your result will be 0.9297. Then you move the decimal point 2 spaces. 92. You place the decimal point there. Now you have 92.94. Okay?
I was right.
Well, you're missing the 94. But I will give you that.
I told you. 92.94. I told you.
Yeah, but after how long? Huh? First you
No,
said
because
92, then you said 0.92.
no, look at my calculator. Look at my calculator. Look.
Move the decimal
Can you
point.
see?
I see it. Yeah.
That's why I was confused there, you know. But
All right. Now, this is for everybody else did not participate on the first example. Okay? Now, you're going to have to do this. And very fast, Guilherme, be creative. And respect the fact that I called you Guilherme and not Gabriel. I'm going to call you Gasper.
Gasper.
Gabriel, give me the sales price. Be creative.
1,350,000.
Wow.
Very good. Now, Claudia, be creative. Give me a down payment.
50,000.
Wow, that's very low. And let's increase a little bit. Let's put like a crazy number here. 652. No, too much. Too much. Let's put 387. So all right. What is the loan to value? Now, Rafael, Gabriel, and Alexander are gonna be the last one to say anything.
Okay.
Gabriela, I'm expecting you, Claudia, Vyacheslav, and Joseph. Now,
It's
guys,
71%. Or
71 point what?
71
point what?
0.31.
0.31? All right. Now, let me tell you one thing. Don't be upset with me because I don't have to do this. My job here, if I'm describing my job, is to present you the contents. I don't have to push you.
Yeah.
That's your job. That's not my
My-
job. I don't have to
my-
push you.
My only thing is that I answered the last question and you called me out and said I didn't. That's my only issue.
I called you what?
You said I didn't answer the last question, but I did. And
Okay,
it was wrong.
because it was mute.
Oh, okay.
Gotta
Well,
remember to unmute your microphone so we can hear you. So I'm doing this to help you guys. I'm going an extra mile on the job. Job is to present those slides and tell you, look, this is down payment, how to calculate loan to value ratio. I'm trying to bring this thing easier so you guys understand, and I'm pushing you to participate. But when you don't, then if I get frustrated, you know what's gonna happen? I'm going to slow down.
No, no, don't do that. Let me tell you to everybody, this is my second course, as I told you. And the first course, I didn't understand too much because the guys just dropped the chapters. They never do what you do, explain, give an example, pushing. Please don't change. Stay like that because we appreciate you a lot. All right, guys, we appreciate, right?
In my own experience, I do speak, my first language is Spanish. I do understand Portuguese, and I feel awesome. Even though when you're talking in Portuguese, I do feel that you're understanding everything. I like that way, and I tell Arlindo many times. So I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Me too.
If you don't want to meet your change, then you change.
I knew
Okay.
it. I want to say that.
Start participating more. I ask you a question. Don't be mute. Say anything. All right.
Okay.
71.31. Who agrees to that number?
Me.
I agree.
All right, good. So what did we do? We got 1.35 million minus 387,258. And then whatever number you find, you divide it by 1.35 mil, and then you're going to have 71.31%.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that is going to be a more complicated way for you to find out the loan and the price. And I'm going to show you that. Okay? But the base of this information is that you need the loan amount and you need the sales price in order to calculate the loan to value. Now, equity, we know what equity is. We've been through this before. Equity is the difference between the market value and the balance that you owe for the company, for the bank. Interest, it's cost of use the borrowed funds. We all know what interest is. It requires no explanation, right? You take money, you're gonna have to pay back the money plus what?
Interest.
Plus interest.
Plus interest. Now we have the loan servicing because they have to serve the loan. What does the loan service mean? Let's say a lender will lend you the money and they will serve the loan for 30 years, meaning they're gonna be there 30 years waiting for you to pay off the loan, servicing the loan. Escrow, we already spoke about what escrow is, but in that situation here, the escrow is the TI, taxes and insurance, okay? Because remember, let's say I bought my house in January or February, okay? The property taxes are gonna be paid in December. They're not gonna come to me and collect the whole 2,400 in December. They're gonna take 200 every month from my payment, or actually they're gonna increase my monthly payment by $200 to pay the insurance or property taxes at the end of the year. And that money goes to a escrow account. Goes to escrow account, escrow account, escrow account. When the time comes to make the payment of the property taxes, they're gonna take that money from the escrow account, pay the property taxes, and if there's any money left, they're gonna send it to me.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what the escrow is. And
hello?
I'm here.
Sorry.
And loan to value calculation, we're gonna do that Monday. Okay?
Yeah, it's 10, it's 18.
Yeah, I look
It's
at it. I
Gabriela's
thought-
fault.
All right, good. We are gonna see you guys on Monday. Study the highlights. We are getting to the end. Remember, the next week will be the last week. Okay? Don't cry.
When are we going to have a dinner?
That's a good thing that we could set up. You know, we meet in the
Yeah.
middle of the way. We meet in Jupiter. How about that?
Yeah.
We find a
Let's
restaurant
go.
in
Dinner,
Jupiter,
everybody.
and then we meet over there.
The last class, it could be in a dinner.
On Sunday?
Yes,
I don't
why not?
know. Should be good.
Yeah, we can set up. You know, make make it happen.
Yeah.
Yes,
Me and
why not?
Rafael, we go from Orlando.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Oh,
For
we
Claremont.
three. We can go in the same car. That's it.
Yeah, you guys go together, and whoever's
Yeah.
in Miami is gonna go up to Jupiter, and then we meet in the middle of the way, so nobody has to drive too much.
And Venceslau also, and Joseph. Joseph come from by plane.
Yeah, because right now he's not even here in Miami.
Yeah, I know, but he can take a plane.
Yeah, of course. Now,
Okay.
remember this. This is your last weekend before the test. Okay? So study all the highlights. Someone was asking me, what else should I study? What other materials should I study? None. Okay? None.
Okay.
You are going to study only the highlights. And this is what I'm going to do on Monday. If you read the highlights and you don't understand, you write down a question. And then on Monday, before I start the class, I will be addressing to those questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Good? All right, guys. Enjoy your night. I'm going to
Okay.
watch a movie and enjoy my night as well.
I'm already in bed.
Okay.
Right.
Good
Thank you
night.
so much. You take
Good
care.
night.
You too, guys. Thank you.
Bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye.